Good evening, everyone. My name is Janet Forrest. I'm one of the adult program coordinators at the Nantucket Atheneum. Welcome to Yummy Monday. Today's program is hosted by Daniel and Thais. And I will just pass along to them and they can tell you what they'll be preparing. So here you go, guys.
All right, thank you, Janet. And if I wander off screen, just let me know.
Oh, there we go. We can see ourselves.
Okay, great. All right, everybody. So we are going to do a cheesecake through the Instant Pot. Now, tonight's going to be really informal. We're going to go on a journey together. I've only done this once. And so
Today.
we'll learn some do's and don'ts. So first you got two phases. We're going to do the crust, and then we'll do the cheesecake batter. For your crust, you'll need graham crackers, unsalted butter, sea salt, brown sugar, and all-purpose flour. That's roughly about 10 graham crackers, and then we're going to do about 4 tablespoons butter, 2 teaspoons brown sugar, and then a 1/4 cup all-purpose flour. And then for your batter, you'll need...
We'll do the crust first, and then we can jump into the batter.
Yeah, I'm just going to give them a list of the ingredients off the top. And so then you'll get into 16 ounces for the batter, Philadelphia cream cheese, 2 large eggs, 2/3 cup white sugar, 1/2 cup sour cream, 2 tablespoons cornstarch, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, and 2 pinches sea salt. And then we'll dive right into this.
And I'll send out the recipes after with all the measurements and everything, if you have them.
We do. It will send it.
A little tip, a lot of those dairy products, you're going to want to start off at room temperature. So that's your cream cheese, your sour cream, your butter. It is suggested that it starts off at room temperature. So let's dive into this crust. You're going to take approximately 10 of the graham crackers, 10 sheets, and you're going to want to ground them, mash them. You can do it in a Ziploc bag. You can do it in a food processor like I did. Food processor.
We love our food processor. We don't have a mixer, but I swear I've made whipped cream in that. It's amazing.
So the crust is going to go by fast. I've already prepped it. You just throw in 10 sheets of the graham cracker into the food processor, chop it up nice and fine, and then you're going to roll into the crust mixture. So that's going to be a pinch of sea salt, and then you're going to do 2 teaspoons of the brown sugar, and then you're going to mix that with the graham cracker, and then you're going to dive into your all-purpose flour, and that's just going to be a 1/4 cup into the graham cracker mixture. And again, I've already done that. Super quick process. You didn't really need to see me do that. It's just grounding all that together.
You can do it by hand, but we used our food processor.
And you're also, then after you do that, you're going to mix in the 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and that's going to give it that kind of clumpy texture, kind of hold that crust together. And then, so here's the tricky part with an Instapot. For our endeavor, we have the correct breakaway pan. That's what I'm going to call it.
We borrowed this from my lovely coworker, Tara, but it doesn't fit in our Instant Pot. So we used a smaller one, but you can find these springform pans that do fit Instant Pot. So we went ahead and used a smaller one, but obviously you have to cut into it. We'll show that to you at the end. But these are great. So you pop it off and then you can have your cheesecake without trying to maneuver it out.
What's Tara's last name?
Riley.
Oh, Tara Riley at the Hatchery. You can email, call her anytime for any questions that you may have.
Regarding shellfish.
All the time. She's available any time of the day. And so going from there, you want to line your pan with parchment paper, which again, I am without, so I cheated and I did butter. They told you kind of go away from the butter and use parchment paper, but tonight we're using butter because that's what I do. I use butter.
Daniel's from the South.
And so
it's like Paula Deen.
It's the parchment paper is really for So if you're using a pan like this one, you can get it out of there. But with the breakaway, it's not as necessary. And so we have our graham cracker mixture. Try to do my best, folks. We have open powder. And so you're going to take the mixture and you're going to put it into your pan, the graham cracker that is. And you can't see it, but bear with me, I'll come back to you. You're just going to dump it in there.
You got to put your hands in it and press down.
Yeah, you can do that. You can use a spoon. I'll use a spoon. You just want to form it nicely. For all my baking buffs out there, I'm more of a cook than a baker. Baking kind of stresses me out. Thais is the baker.
I've made cheesecake, but I haven't made it in an Instapot. And since we just find excuses to use our air fryer and Instapot. So I said, why not try this? And the first one, it was really quick. It came out, I guess, in the oven, it might take the same amount of time, but something about just turning it on and like walking away. I don't know. I guess you can do that with an oven, but I always feel paranoid about burning something.
All right. Real quick, easy. Just line your pan with that graham cracker. And you are ready to go. It's about a 10-minute process when you're preparing that crust, and then you just dump it in and flatten it out. And then we're gonna go from there. We got our what?
Oh, they want to see your lovely face.
Oh, yeah. And so
we're gonna get to the filling.
We've got the crust pressed. Now, a trick is Thais is going to do that. You throw it in the freezer just to form it a little bit, make it harder. And there's no real specific time. You just, while you're making the batter, there's enough time to kind of freeze that crust. And then here's the fun part, the cheesecake batter, the make or break. You want to take 2 tablespoons cornstarch. And this we're going to do together.
I'm the sous chef. Is that what you call it for like baking?
Just
Pastry side chef?
Just consider the
Yes, they're right in here. These are the tips.
Oh, she's already got me prepped.
I tried to help Daniel out. I'm here just to make the cocktails, which we'll get to at the end. That's the most important part. I guess we should have started with the cocktail because I usually like to drink before I cook and while I cook. Well, we'll do it after.
Let's see. So
we got a cornstarch.
Cornstarch in, and then we need to do our cream cheese. You gotta beat the cream cheese.
You know what we can do? This is another thing. We could always, instead of saving a bowl, you don't want to make too many dirty dishes. You literally can just plop everything in here because we're going to use our food processor to mix. But you can use a regular
the
mixer.
pros that I watch, they use a hand blender. My hands are clean.
Daniel reminds me of a chef that I used to. It was like on PBS. Is that what it's called? I can't remember what it was. But I was little and I used to watch it with my dad, and he was always like just making a mess with like everything, but he was always so exciting to watch because he would use his hands and not any tools. But it was entertaining.
Someone's gonna beat this up real quick.
Do you want to add any? I haven't. This is all Daniel.
I'm gonna do a pre-beat.
You want to add the sugar?
Not
Or you
yet.
after? All right, he's got it.
Yeah.
I just want to make the cocktail. We're just gonna. So sometimes with the mixer, you gotta make sure it's pressed down. Don't chop your fingers off.
Not really. Just a couple.
You don't want to over blend it because then if it's too liquidy, it's not going to set like a cheesecake.
So we've got our cream cheese, beat it up a little bit there, and then we're going to add the sugar, and then we will add.
So I'm going to go ahead and add sugar.
And that sugar is going to be 2/3 cup.
We'll send the recipe, but I've already had it.
And then 2 tablespoons cornstarch.
Which you have in here, which is good.
Yep. So we got that going, and we're going to throw all that in. I want you to do the mixture half at a time, not us. We just throw it all in there together.
See, it just shows you that, like Janet said in the beginning, you don't need to be a professional chef. It's still going to come out good. It might not look beautiful, but it's still going to be tasty. Want me to pulse it?
Yeah, go ahead and pulse that.
Again, you don't want to super blend it. I'm just pulsing it.
All right. And then we're going to do half a cup sour cream. Sour cream. Lovely.
You should have used your hands for that.
And then 2 teaspoons vanilla. Do I measure? No.
Splash it in, Daniel.
Just splash a splash.
That's good. When I was also little, I hated vanilla extract because it was so misleading. It smells tasty, and then you go to like drink some of it, and it's not good.
All right, so this is where we blend all that together. Again, hand mixer, what they like, or you can do a tabletop mixer.
I stand by my food processor. You literally can make whipped cream in this. It's great.
All right, so we've got that, and then our next step, eggs. So you're going to use 2 eggs.
I'll let you crack.
So this is one thing I actually do well.
You want to do that, and you just plop it in. Sorry, we don't have the best angle, so you just see our backs, but
1 egg.
how many of you can crack an egg in one hand? I can't. I gotta do 2.
2 eggs.
Unless I
I
want
used
to.
to. I'm a little out of practice, but I did do some diner work at one point.
Oh, that's good. I'm awful. I just crunch the egg in my hand and then I pick out the shell.
When I was in college, I worked in a Mediterranean kitchen, and I used to have to fill a giant container of eggs for the hollandaise sauce. And yeah.
How often did that hollandaise sauce sit out all day and then you'd serve it to customers?
Never.
I read Kitchen Confidential, and that's the only thing I can think of by Anthony Bourdain. Is that
I
hollandaise
know.
sauce?
I haven't ordered an eggs Benedict since I read that book.
It's true. It's just like a breeding pool of bacteria, but it's still tasty. It's still good.
Hold on. Before I get to blending that, make sure I'm.
Low speed, so pulse it while pulsing it.
The first one I did, I think I blended a little too much. The only thing this, when you're blending,
Yeah, make sure you push down the sides.
because it gets clumpy.
If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask and jump in, or you can put it in the chat as well. I'll keep an eye on the chat.
I like when people just jump in with the questions.
The blade, 8-inch spatula.
I know that blade is really sharp. Here, you just gotta make sure you push it down.
You take this.
Mhm. You're gonna get that cheesecake in there. I like these kind of yummy Mondays, so that it's like, if you're your home kitchen, anyone can do it. It's fun.
We are not pros. If you came here for pros, sorry.
I feel like we're entertaining though, in an awkward way.
I think you're very entertaining, and I like that you have coordinating outfits.
I know, right?
That should be good.
All right.
All right. So.
It's a quick cheesecake.
Yeah, it's the whole idea of this. It's supposed to be quick. So now from there, you just pour the batter into the pan we previously paired.
Which is in our fridge.
In the freezer.
Freezer, I should say. I'll get that. pour this in. And Daniel, you can hold that spatula. I'm always worried. Oh, there you go. I guess you can see.
Now, for you professionals out there, I know about the air bubbles. You don't want air bubbles. We try.
You take a toothpick and kind of go through them
Toothpicks help.
when you get this in.
Shaking it helps.
Looks beautiful. It's nice and smooth.
Yeah, see? I feel like
That's good.
it's kind of underrated. The food processor. I haven't made it in a while, but you
I can't even get the lid on.
nut butters and
That's what Thais uses to make all her vegan concoctions.
Yeah, Jenna, I heard you were making something vegan or vegetarian.
Yeah, both. It's a book we got from Andrew's sister called Plant-Based Oil Free.
Yeah, I try sometimes.
Oh, that's right. You're doing the
my
plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
For my hatchery staff, but sometimes it never comes out right.
It's not, we're not doing it exclusively, but the recipes are great. I'm happy to send some of the recipes over.
Maybe I'll check out the book or get the book.
It's good.
Poor Tara gets all Thais's.
No, they like it. I think Joe is the one who doesn't like it. We try to be healthy and make healthy dishes.
So again, like we have toothpicks. Try to keep our junk drawer off the screen.
I guess I don't want to pour it to tilt it because then you're not going to see it.
But you can see the motion. Just kind of go through, poke. You can.
Yeah, or you can like hit it, jiggle it.
Not too many bubbles.
We have a question from the audience about the Instant Pot, and I have one too. The same question. As it gets a lot of use, how do you clean your Instant Pot to eliminate any lingering odors from spicy dishes?
Honestly, we just opened ours because we made a curry, and you still have a lot of that smell there. And I love these little brushes. I like to like scrub like the lid and get in like little crevices, but it's still going to smell, but it has never affected like, a dessert that will cook. So
yeah,
can't really get the smell out. Maybe vinegar. I haven't tried vinegar. I'm sure there's some like hacks for Instant Pot.
What I do, if you want to hand me the lid.
Your thing went on.
Uh-oh.
That's right. As long as we're still connected.
Can you hear us, Janet?
Yeah, you're still there. We hear you.
Okay. We just got an snap from Google.
So
I just go crazy with the lid when I wash it, and I hand wash it, and I don't really worry about if it has some type of electronic feature or seals or anything like that. I just go crazy on it, and
you should.
I mean,
yeah, because there's no electric mechanism to it. It's just the seal, right?
The lid, no.
Yeah, the lid I submerge and you can wash.
When you figure it out, let me know. Because
I haven't tried.
Even ours still has.
I haven't tried vinegar, but I feel like you just put vinegar in it and like let it sit or steam in there.
That is a good question, because I was talking about that earlier. So we're gonna, even though this doesn't fit in our Instant Pot. Yeah, sure.
We have one that does that we just previously made a cheesecake in, but we just wanted to show you how it's done. We're actually gonna put this one in our oven. But what you're going to do after you get your cheesecake all set up in its pan, you're going to add 1 cup of water to your Instant Pot. And it's called a trivet. This is the one that we have. You want to make sure this is placed down first so your pan isn't completely touching the metal bottom of the Instant Pot. So I'm going to pour the water in here. So we're going to pretend we're going to take our cheesecake. This one's already cooked. So we're going to place it in here, drop it down, it fits. And then obviously take the lid. Sometimes I can never get this lid on either.
So
there you go. You're going to hit.
And it's manual.
Which is the pressure cooking option. And you're going to do that for 26 minutes. And then you're going to let it just naturally release, which means let it just do its own thing, not turn it to the right or left.
No quick release, natural release for about 7 minutes. And
you'll have a cheesecake in about 30 minutes. So this
So-
is our cheesecake.
It is tricky getting this thing out because
Yeah.
when we say it fits, it is the exact
Mhm.
size. So what I did, I got paper towels and I just leveraged the inside and pulled it up like this. It's about the only way I could figure out how to do it. And
is it done in, or is it still jiggly when you pull it out?
so
I think
you are,
when you refrigerate it too, it sets a little more. Ours is
Yeah.
it was more jiggly, but I feel like now it's really kind of cheesecake. We should do like a live test, taste test, let you know how it came out.
you do want to allow it to cool to room temperature, lid open, but while it's still in the pressure cooker.
And don't worry about it looking pretty because the last part of this cheesecake is the topping. So even if sometimes when I make cheesecake, it tends to split, there's ways to avoid that. That has happened with me with the oven. It's kind of got like a crack down the middle. And that's sometimes if you don't have enough water in your like water bath. So in the Instant Pot, it's great. You would just put a cup of water in here. But to fix that problem, we're just gonna make a raspberry topping. Raspberry, this is strawberry. We do cherries, but this is really easy. We just chopped up a bunch of strawberries from Stop and Shop. It's about a pound. You're gonna do juice of half of a lemon, and then 1/3 cup of sugar. And you're gonna let that go over your stove on medium heat until it starts to boil. And then sugar. Get that in there. And then you're probably gonna maybe about like 25 minutes. So it's like the same while your cheesecake is cooking in the Instant Pot, you can make the sauce on the stove, and that takes the same amount of time. And then you can just pour it over your cheesecake and hide any imperfections that you have. So
And do you pour that over the whole cheesecake, or do you wait till you're serving it and then put that on top?
I usually wait till I'm serving it,
Yeah.
or like right before I present it, so no one sees how ugly the top is, if it is ugly.
Yeah. And the reason why I'd say wait, Janet, is when the cheesecake's cold to room temperature in that Instant Pot, you want to go and put it in the fridge for about 4 to 8 hours. That's your only long part, but that's just, you can't, that's the nature of the cheesecake, right? You're never going to be able to get away from that. And so, yeah, so post, I would wait until you're about to serve.
Should we try it? I mean, I want to dive into my espresso martinis. But...
No, try it. I want to see you try it and see your reaction.
Okay.
Make a good one, Daniel.
No, I'm not going to fake nothing.
All right, let's get. I'm going to have a whole other cheesecake. Let's try this one. All right. Since it's just us, we're going to dive in because, why not? We're not sharing this one.
This one didn't get properly cooled.
Ooh.
Butchered it.
No, it looks good. Ready? Wait, you got to get your reaction on camera, Daniel. It's delicious.
It's great.
How's the texture? Is it good?
It's not ricotta.
I don't
No,
know,
it's
Daniel.
I wouldn't
Your
charge money
expression
for it.
didn't look very good.
I wouldn't charge money for it.
No, I'm gonna be honest. So the texture came out more of like a custard. So this was the first go around on it, but we did, we were like, I told Daniel, I was like, this will be for what you shouldn't do, because we tended to over blend it. So it was like super liquidy. And so I think obviously baking is a science and chemistry. And so everything is super precise, which is why we're not the best bakers, but we still wanted to show you that you can do it. And we'll send you the recipe. So I'm interested if people had.
You'll be better than me. Trust.
Yeah, like a better,
You'll be better than me.
success at it.
I'm
But
going to have a strawberry.
I've had plenty of friends make cheesecakes in Instant Pots that I've tried, which are fantastic. That's why I was like, we should make a cheesecake with our Instant Pot. So the taste is there. I always care about the taste, but the texture is more custard. But that's on user error. So we'll try this next one out and then we'll
Yeah.
report back to everybody.
Well, I was even thinking I might try it using the little, what are they called? The little things you use for creme brulee.
Oh, ramekin.
Yes,
The ramekins. I wonder if that would work.
it would. Yeah, then you would make little bite-sized cheesecakes, which are really, I think you can make creme brulee and you can make a lot of things in the Instant Pot, which is pretty cool.
But if nothing else, it shows you what you can or can't do with Instant Pot. Like anything,
Pour some strawberry sugar.
sometimes it's a
Syrup.
home run, sometimes it's
The taste is there. The taste is there and that's good.
an infill fly.
But we'll report back on the second one that we make. But if your cheesecake doesn't come out right, and if you don't drink, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. You can always make a fun mocktail. This one has alcohol in it, but we wanted to pair our dessert evening with an espresso martini. So
I just wanted to say real quick, I did phone a friend, i.e. my big sister, about cleaning the Instant Pot, and she, on the outside of it, the machine itself, she uses Clorox wipes or just a soapy sponge. And she said for the lid and the liner, you can actually steam it with some vinegar.
There you go.
a new vinegar.
So run the
Vinegar is always
steamer,
a
and
trick.
if you release it, the vinegar, everything will run through it, and then it'll give it a good rinse and it'll dissipate.
Perfect.
So thank you, Christine Lazat.
Okay.
All right. So our second half, while our cheesecake is baking, is making espresso martinis. And I will say, I'm a big fan of espresso martinis, and it's like hit or miss sometimes if you're making a good one. And so the key that I stress is you want to chill everything. So I tend to keep, if I'm having like guests over, martini glasses chilled in the freezer. And that way it's just going to be like really cold and you're going to get that nice froth on the top. I'm making mine a little bit different. People traditionally tend to make espresso martinis with vodka, Kahlua, and Bailey's. For me, I do like Bailey's, but not in my espresso martinis. And the second most important thing about making a really great espresso martini is actually having espresso. So I tell people to don't bother with the espresso vodka. I think it ends up being really syrupy and sugary, and it's like too much, but some people like it. That's up to you. But I think to make a really good espresso martini, make sure you shake it for a really long time and get that nice froth. Chill your glasses, chill your shaker. If you don't have a shaker, you can also, get a little contraption. Just make do what you have in the house, as long as it's sealed and you're not getting liquor all over the house. So our battery might die. I'm just kidding. So the products that I'm using, and I think they sell these at the liquor stores on Island, but I'm actually using a coffee rum. This is Rumson's. And so this is an espresso martini with a twist because it's made with rum, which is usually made with vodka. And this is X-Spray. This is a really nice version of Kahlua. So if you're getting fancy, I like to get fancy with my espresso martinis. And also, if anyone has an espresso machine, this thing is godsend. I actually got it for free. But I'm going to pop an espresso. And we're going to brew a fresh pot or a fresh cup. But what I did beforehand was I pre-made some espresso and I put it in the fridge. There we go. And so while this goes, I'm going to actually drink that one. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 1 ounce of your Kahlua, or we use the Becky Tossolini. It's very good. And you're going to do 1 ounce of your coffee rum, and then 2 ounces of your espresso. And if you don't have an espresso machine, doesn't matter. This is also equally as good. It's instant espresso, really easy. And really strong. So you can do that as well. And then people are like, wow, this is the best espresso martini I've ever had. So I've already gone ahead, I chilled my shaker, and then I put a lot of ice in it. That's really key is having a lot of ice. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour 1 ounce. And I'm gonna do 1 ounce of the rum. And you can add Baileys to this if you want. I tend to drink my coffee black, so. Okay, and then we're gonna do 2 ounces, thanks Daniel, of espresso. So you wanna obviously chill this beforehand so you don't melt your ice and get a watery martini. So I might step away for this because it's gonna be annoying because I shake it for a really long time. So this helps your arms. You can do it fancy over the head if you have a bartender, but you don't need to get that fancy. You just do it. But really shake it. It's really loud. Honestly, like I could shake this for like another minute. So you want to make sure how you know it's really good is like when it gets super frosty that your fingers are actually stuck to it. All right, Daniel, you can hold up the glass. So you got a nice dark color, and then once it settles, you'll get that nice froth at the top. And so what I like to do to top off my espresso martinis as well, you gotta take 3 coffee beans. You gotta do the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. That's what I was told. And then an extra trick too, if you want to get super fancy with your martinis, is I like to top my espresso martinis with some bitters. And it's easier if you have a dropper. If you don't have a dropper, I'm using a straw. I'm doing 3 little drops on top, and it gives it a nice little flavor.
What kind of bitters are those? What flavor is that?
Just plain, regular bitters. And so it's kind of hard to tilt this, but once you make 3 drops, you're gonna take a toothpick and you're just gonna drag through the circle of the dot that you just made with the bitters, and it's gonna make a heart. So I'm just dragging through the top, drag through the top, drag through the top. So it's kind of hard, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see that, but it adds a nice little flavor. It makes it pretty and fancy, and then people are really impressed. And all you really did was just do 3 drops and drag a toothpick through the bitters droplet. So here, I'll give you an honest to God real review of this. It's amazing.
If you were gonna make it with vodka, what kind of vodka would you use?
Plain. The flavored vodka, for me, this is all a preference. But I like espresso martinis that taste like coffee. So if you're not a fan of like the strong coffee flavor, then espresso vodka or vanilla vodka, totally fine. For me, I'm just a very simple, classic. I like the coffee taste. That's why I don't add Baileys to it. But a lot of times you can add Baileys. So typically it's Kahlua, vodka, Baileys, and that's about it. Because Kahlua is pretty sweet itself. But if I always ask the restaurants, I'm like, do you have an espresso machine or do you have like instant espresso? And they're like, no, it's just flavored. I'll tend not to get it because it's too sweet for me. So, but this is a nice substitute if you don't have an espresso machine. We were lucky and we got gifted one. My sister complained to the company and they accidentally sent her 2. So we got one. So that's good. It's a lifesaver in those mornings.
Do you notice a difference between regular and decaf? Because I'm super sensitive to caffeine. So I used to drink espresso martinis if it was like the beginning of the night.
Yeah. For me, I'm not sensitive to caffeine. I feel like I could have coffee.
I used to be, but grounded myself into tolerance.
But I think you can get decaf Cafe Bustelo, or what I just brewed over there was we do have some decaf espresso. So when people come over, we'll be like, listen, we won't keep you up all night, but if you do want one, you can enjoy it. So yeah.
Yeah, we love our Nespresso machine.
Yeah, that's great.
And they're metal.
They're recyclable.
So they give you a bag and you just ship it off.
Yeah, that was the only thing I thought about. I was like, oh, that's a lot of waste, but they are recyclable. So we just mail them back and they reuse them and recycle. So does anyone have any questions about
cheers. That's
espresso
us.
martinis or instant pot cheesecakes, or just even general instant pot questions?
You can also put your questions in the chat. And there were a few people that came in late. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch it again on YouTube.
Yes, for life. What's your favorite martini?
Oh, I just like a good old fashioned dirty.
Yeah, I feel like dirty martinis are delicious to start if you like olive juice. And then if I'm feeling dessert, I'm definitely doing a espresso martini. We just broke our dry January.
I'm full.
Yeah. Yeah. We were doing good.
Someone wants to know, what's the grossest thing you've made in an Instapot?
This cheesecake. No, I'm just kidding. The taste is good. I'll bring it for my staff tomorrow.
I mean, if you're a cheesecake lover, it's an art. That's going to take another like 5 tries.
No, we'll try the second one and we'll report back. I'll give it to my coworkers and see what they say.
To be honest, I just think a different cheese would have been better
than cream cheese.
Yeah, like.
Well, I guess you go fancy and like ricotta cheesecake. Ooh, we should try that next time.
Grossest thing. I hate to throw her under the bus.
Oh no.
Probably some of her like vegan experiments.
You're not helping Janet when Janet's a far better cook. I just ruined my vegan dishes. I made Daniel a tofu meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the tofu meatloaf wasn't there.
That was a fail. I don't know if I made that in Instant Pot.
Like vegan desserts, I just can't.
They're good. I just fail at it.
Yeah, so keep pushing your Instant Pot. Yes, you're going to have inevitable failures, but
Great quarterback. It's not always all about the quarterback.
All right, guys.
Joseph, what are you watching? The news.
Oh, it's Monday night.
Monday Night Football?
It's muted him. I did put in the chat for everyone the link to Thais and Daniel's last Yummy Monday for air frying and Instant Pot. I think you made a cornbread in the
Instant Pot.
Yeah.
And fried chicken.
Yeah. The fried chicken in the air fryer is actually great. Even chicken wings in the air fryer is amazing. It's pretty good.
I don't know if you can see it. That's our air fryer there. And we hardly ever use our oven anymore. We love our air fryer. I've never used that standard one, the black one with like the pull-out drawer. Yeah. I've never used that. I think this model is better. This is bigger and it does more.
Don't open it, it's dirty.
And yeah. Now they make them like a full conventional oven. So your whole oven is an air fryer.
Yeah.
I would love to invest.
I wonder how much that costs.
Yeah.
Well, if you have an Instant Pot and you want an attachment, the one Andrew and I have is actually, it's a combo. It's an Instant Pot, but they gave us the air fryer attachment. So it's just a different lid and it works. Well, we haven't done fried chicken, but I had recently done like frozen apps. Like I was just kind of, craving junk food and like French fries or anything you would cook in the oven or deep fry. And what's kind of nice is all the boxes now seem to have the instructions for an air fryer.
Yes.
Right.
A lot of people have them.
No.
And it comes out so much better.
That's what the air fryer excels at is the frozen foods. Like
It does make healthier versions too.
The French fries
fried food.
are 3 times better than the oven, I feel like. But yeah. Any other questions or anything like that? If not, thanks for hanging out with us. And
Hope you all make some espresso martinis.
yeah, when you come here, you get the real deal. You get airs and everything.
Hey, I feel like that one was a true success.
No, the martini's great.
Yeah. It's gotta be super cold, I swear. It's any martini. I hate when you just get like an ice chunk in your martini and you're like, it's gotta be super chill. For me, and again, preference. I don't know.
All right.
Janet, what martinis do you drink? Do you drink martinis?
I do like dirty. I oscillate between vodka and gin, and I do like a dirty martini. And I actually like to experiment with the garnishes.
Oh.
So I was doing one for a while because I just really love salty, dirty martinis. So I was doing one with gin and vermouth, and then adding the pepperoncino, or like those green peppers that are
Yes, yeah, with the little red pimento.
I had one of those and a cocktail onion and an olive.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
A little bit. So the dirty juice, I use a little bit of the dirty juice from all of them.
Yeah, they're good. Dirty martini is the way to go.
Mhm.
That's what I get. Well, thanks everyone for joining in. Please, try it out. Instant Pot, like if you literally Google like easy Instant Pot recipes, there's so many, and I feel like it's an underutilized, if you do have one, because I feel like either people use it all the time, or they're like, yeah, I have one, it's on my shelf, and we never use it.
Well, this time of year, it's great for like bulk soups.
Yeah, or soups, yeah.
I made more minestrone than we will ever eat. And, yeah.
That's good. It does a lot of great things, and yeah.
Great. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah,
And
of
once
course.
again, next week we have Seth Engelborg's going to do homemade hot sauces. So you can look for that link on our website and our newsletter. And thanks so much. Thanks, Daniel and Thais. This was great.
Yeah.
Janet, I was going to ask, do you think would it be fun for the hatchery to do some kind of scallop cooking demo?
Yes, I think that would be. Are you throwing someone under the bus?
Well, I think all three of our staff. I think that'd be really entertaining.
Tara's the best.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
Leah and Joe. That'd be I think the hatchery could do some.
Leah is there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
That our Leah on video.
It's Leah, and then we got Joseph. Sorry, guys. So we could do a scallop demo or something.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be great.
Oh, is that our Joseph? Oh, okay. Sorry, Joe.
But thank you, Nancy and Jim, for coming too. I hope at
I
least
work
people.
with Jim. You know Jim.
Oh, hi, Jim. Okay, good. Yeah, see, I don't know everyone's last names. Anyway, I hope we at least entertained you for the evening.
I feel like I got my money's worth.
That's right.
We should have just made those.
We should
first.
have more cooking shows with fails. The what not to do.
Well, it's honest. We were being honest. The texture didn't come out it's more custard. But I like custard, so I'm not even upset about that. I'm not. I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna try it, and I'll get back to you on how well it went.
All right.
Oh, and make sure you email me the recipes. I'll
I
hug you,
will.
and I'll send everyone the link to the YouTube recording in case you missed the beginning, and also the recipes.
Like and subscribe.
Always.
Rate, review, and subscribe. Great.
Bye, everyone. Have a good
All
night.
right. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I need an